Yes, my people, it is another bold movement today. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu files direct appeal to stop his judgment. The US Embassy steps in. Yes, guys, today being the 15th day of November, barely a few days before the scheduled judgment of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, plenty has happened behind the scenes, and in this video, I will be walking you through every single detail. Now, this update you're about to hear isn't speculation or rumor. Everything we're about to break down is backed with official reports, verified statements, and court filings. So I urge you, watch this video to the very end because this is one of the most important developments in Kanu's entire legal journey. Let's start with the big one. The US Embassy officially steps in. Just a few days ago, the US Embassy in Abuja officially assigned a representative, an American, to directly follow up on every document related to Nnamdi Kanu's case. Yeah, you heard that right. This is the first time an American official has been formally designated to handle direct correspondence between the embassy and Kanu's lead counsel, Aloy Ejimako. This move comes after Aloy wrote to former US President Donald Trump and also filed a petition through the US Embassy in Abuja, seeking international intervention and justice in the ongoing case. Now, since that petition was delivered, a chain of events has unfolded that no one saw coming. The ex-detainee who spoke out. Before we even talk about the embassy's follow-up, something major happened yesterday. A man named Atiku Issa, the factional president of the Northern Elders Solidarity Movement, granted a television interview on Symphony News. Now, why is this man interview shaking the internet so much? I will tell you. It is simply because Atiku Issa revealed that he shared a DSS cell with Nnamdi Kanu for 2 months. 2 good months, same cell, same space, same time. And what he revealed, what he said about Kanu shocked everyone massively. In his exact words, and I quote, "Being in detention was a powerful experience because I met Mazi, Nnamdi Kanu. I thought he was a wicked man who wanted to divide Nigeria, but after I met him, I changed my mind." Everybody in the DSS detention, more than 90% sees him as a leader. The only problem he has is that he is too courageous and absolutely fearless. Atiku Issa described Kanu as a peaceful, principled, and patriotic person, saying he never met a man so disciplined and focused on justice for his people. Now, why is this testimony important? You should know. It is because immediately after Issa's statement went public, the embassy's assigned representative requested official documentation from Aloy, not media reports, not press clippings, but real court documents proving all the claims surrounding Kanu's unlawful detention and ruling in his favor. The lawyer, Aloy Ejimako, didn't waste any time. He immediately packaged 3 powerful court documents, all bearing Nigerians' legal stamps and certifications, and forwarded them to the embassy's assigned official. Let's go through each of them carefully. The first document, illegality of Kanu's arrest. This was the 2022 court judgment declaring Kanu's arrest and detention illegal. The document was officially stamped and signed by the Federal High Court, confirming that his rendition from Kenya violated Nigeria and international law. That means, in simple terms, the entire prosecution process should have been halted a long time ago. The second document, self-determination is not a crime. The October 2023 High Court ruling declared that self-determination is not a crime under Nigerian law. It stated clearly that no one can be arrested, detained, or prosecuted simply for advocating self-determination. This directly clears Kanu of the major charges that formed the foundation of his trial. Now, the third document, FG ordered to compensate and apologize. The January 2022 Federal Court ruling that indicted the federal government for attempting to harm Kanu in 2017 was also attached. In that ruling, the court ordered the government to pay compensation and issue a written apology to Kanu. Till today, none of those directives have been carried out. All 3 documents have now been received by the US Embassy and are being processed at the diplomatic level. According to reports, the assigned officer has begun consultation with Washington regarding possible next steps. Now, let's move to the next stage of this story. What's happening globally? The global diplomatic wave. After Aloy submitted those documents, the IPOB group itself wrote to 21 international bodies, including the United States, US, the United Kingdom, UK, the United Nations, UN, the European Union, EU, and several other foreign missions all across Africa and Europe. The letters were aimed at seeking urgent intervention for the unconditional release of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So at this point, the case has officially gone international. It's no longer just a Nigerian courtroom matter. It's now a diplomatic and human rights issue being monitored worldwide. Now, there is a Vanguard twist where FG moved to block the judgment. Yeah, while all this was happening, something very telling occurred in Nigeria. Within 19 hours of Aloy sending those documents to the US, the Nigerian media exploded with conflicting reports, most likely as a step or rather a stunt to block the judgment. Two major headlines came from the Vanguard News. The first stated alleged offense FG asked appeal court to stop FHC judgment. The second read Nnamdi Kanu has a case to answer. Remy Court rules. So, in other words, while Kanu's legal team was reaching out internationally, the government was simultaneously making a move internally to control or delay the outcome of his November 20th judgment. This is where things get very, very strategic. Now, let's talk about what Kanu himself has done. Kanu's own appeal and his personal filing. 15 hours ago, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu personally filed an application at the Court of Appeal in Abuja, praying the court to halt all proceedings at the Federal High Court pending the hearing of his appeal. This document, filed directly by Kanu himself, is titled Motion on Notice Pursuant to Section 36 subsection 1 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. In simple terms, in simple English, Kanu is saying the foundation of my trial is illegal. The court has no jurisdiction to continue this case, therefore stop the judgment fixed for November 20th. This is a massive procedural move because if the appeal court grants this request, it means the November 20th judgment will be postponed, effectively buying Kanu and his team more time to build their defense and strengthen the international attention around the case. But then, why does this move matter? Why does the move matter so much? Let's break it down what this means into plain language. It's a smart preemptive move, a very smart preemptive strike. Kanu's team wants to prevent a potentially unfavorable verdict before it even happens. 2. It stops the government from rushing the judgment. If the Federal High Court is forced to pause proceedings or further decisions become suspended until the appeal is determined. 3. It builds international leverage. While the legal process is paused, the US, UK, and UN can apply pressure diplomatically. And here's the key point. If the trial court ignores the appeal court's stay of proceedings and goes ahead with judgment, that judgment could later be invalidated for violating due process. So Kanu's move is not just smart, it's legally powerful. So here's what's likely to happen or unfold in the coming days. 1. The Court of Appeal will decide whether to grant Kanu's request and officially halt the November 20th judgment. The U.S. Embassy will continue its internal investigation and send a diplomatic memo to Washington, D.C. The IPOB international petitions will start making their way through foreign diplomatic channels, increasing global visibility. Or, if the Nigerian court refuses to comply, international human rights organizations could officially step in. Remember, this case proceeds and Kanu is sentenced, it could drag into a long, drawn-out appeal that may last years and years to come. Kanu doesn't want that. He wants justice now, not after another decade of courtroom delays. How strategic, how wise. At this point, everything is happening simultaneously inside and outside of Nigeria. Kanu has played his cards so well, Aloy is working overtime and the international community is beginning to take serious notice of the ongoing case. Of course, the next 7 days will be critical. If the appeal court halts the trial, the November 20th judgment will not hold. And if they refuse, then the Federal High Court might go ahead and the global backlash could be unprecedented. Whatever happens, one thing is clear, one thing is certain. This is no longer a local issue. It's an international legal drama that could redefine justice in Nigeria. So as we await the next judgment, stay tuned, stay alert, and keep your eyes on this channel because every minute from now till the 20th will certainly count. Thank you so much for watching this video until this very moment. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, what are you waiting for? Quickly hit on the red subscribe button and the bell icon beside it so you wouldn't miss out on any of our new amazing videos which will of course be dropping soon. Remember, this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu against the Federal Republic of Nigeria has taken a massive turn. It is a huge turn of events and I will surely be interested in knowing how it all pans out in the next few days. Will the November 20th judgment actually hold or would it not? Would the Federal High Court halt the trial or would it not? Will the appeal court halt its trial or would it not? The global backlash is certainly unprecedented if any of these courts go ahead and refuse to halt the judgment as requested by Nnamdi Kanu's filing himself. Well, as we await the next judgment, just like I said, you all should stay tuned, stay alert, and keep your eyes on my channel because every minute, every single minute from this very moment is certainly going to count all the way to the 20th of November 2025. This is history in the making, this is history unfolding, and we cannot wait another decade for us to know what's surely going to happen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And do not forget, the new revelation by Atiku Issa is certainly something that pans to favor Nnamdi Kanu. What a beautiful revelation. Well guys, until next time, I will be seeing you. This is Baz News signing out. Now thank you for watching and please like and subscribe.